The deliberate propagation of disinformation is already a serious issue, reducing our shared understanding of reality and polarizing opinions. AIs could be used to severely exacerbate this problem by generating personalized disinformation on a larger scale than before. Additionally, as AIs become better at predicting and nudging our behavior, they will become more capable at manipulating us. We will now discuss how AIs could be leveraged by malicious actors to create a fractured and dysfunctional society. AIs could pollute the information ecosystem with motivated lies. Sometimes ideas spread not because they are true, but because they serve the interests of a particular group. Yellow journalism was coined as a pejorative reference to newspapers that advocated war between Spain and the United States in the late 19th century because they believed that sensational war stories would boost their sales. When public information sources are flooded with falsehoods, people will sometimes fall prey to lies or else come to distrust mainstream narratives, both of which undermine societal integrity. Unfortunately, AIs could escalate these existing problems dramatically. First, AIs could be used to generate unique, personalized disinformation at a large scale. While there are already many social media bots, some of which exist to spread disinformation, historically they have been run by humans or primitive text generators. The latest AI systems do not need humans to generate personalized messages, never get tired, and could potentially interact with millions of users at once. AIs can exploit users' trust. Already, hundreds of thousands of people pay for chatbots marketed as lovers and friends, and one man's suicide has been partially attributed to interactions with a chatbot. As AIs appear increasingly human-like, people will increasingly form relationships with them and grow to trust them. AIs that gather personal information through relationship building or by accessing extensive personal data, such as a user's email account or personal files, could leverage that information to enhance persuasion. Powerful actors that control those systems could exploit user trust by delivering personalized disinformation directly through people's friends. AIs could centralize control of trusted information. Separate from democratizing disinformation, AIs could centralize the creation and dissemination of trusted information. Only a few actors have the technical skills and resources to develop cutting-edge AI systems, and they could use these AIs to spread their preferred narratives. Alternatively, if AIs are broadly accessible, this could lead to widespread disinformation, with people retreating to trusting only a small handful of authoritative sources. In both scenarios, there would be fewer sources of trusted information, and a small portion of society would control popular narratives. AI censorship could further centralize control of information. This could begin with good intentions, such as using AIs to enhance fact-checking and help people avoid falling prey to false narratives. This would not necessarily solve the problem, as disinformation persists today despite the presence of fact-checkers. Even worse, purported fact-checking AIs might be designed by authoritarian governments and others to suppress the spread of true information. Such AIs could be designed to correct most common misconceptions, but provide incorrect information about some sensitive topics, such as human rights violations committed by certain countries. But even if fact-checking AIs work as intended, the public might eventually become entirely dependent on them to adjudicate the truth, reducing people's autonomy and making them vulnerable to failures or hacks of those systems. In a world with widespread persuasive AI systems, people's beliefs might be almost entirely determined by which AI systems they interact with most. Never knowing whom to trust, people could retreat even further into ideological enclaves, fearing that any information from outside those enclaves might be a sophisticated lie. This would erode consensus reality, people's ability to cooperate with others, participate in civil society, and address collective action problems. This would also reduce our ability to have a conversation as a species about how to mitigate existential risks from AIs. In summary, AIs could create highly effective, personalized disinformation on an unprecedented scale and could be particularly persuasive to people they have built personal relationships with. In the hands of many people, this could create a deluge of disinformation that debilitates human society. But, kept in the hands of a few, it could allow governments to control narratives for their own ends.